Hello everyone. I have neglected everything as per usual besides my deadlines. Not the best. I actually find out whether or not I have another busy month coming up in the next few days. Anyway, I thought we should spruce things up because I don't know if I'm going to get another opportunity. And also I want to catch up with you guys. And also, if you guys haven't come to the studio for ages, bring your kid to work day time. I actually love working in like publishing in terms of my day-to-day of the work. What I don't love about it is like I can't share it with you guys. You've seen the storyboards up here for ages. But I'm not really able to share anything with you, especially if it's coming out in 2025. I've had more of that lately, like a lot more projects that I cannot document. And like, honestly, I always ask, whenever we get a brief, I'm always like, hey, can I share this? And often it's either a no or a yes, but you can't share anything too obvious just because like it's in code or something like this where it's like a long-term project that will come out later. So like, I get it. And I don't hold that against anyone. I just love sharing, and it's almost like a huge part of my work has always been to share. Like, I've been on the internet for a long time. I don't know if you guys know that. I've been sharing work online since I was 16. Like, when I started taking illustration more seriously is when I started sharing my work online. So it's such a part of my process. Anyway, this looks so bare now. What are we going to do with this? The last little bits are boring and they're gross. Rocket is shooting right now. So I'm not going to vacuum now because I don't know if it's going to disrupt that. But I will vacuum today. Just mark my word. Maybe it'll be at night. My drawing desk was so useful to have during like the whole book illustrating process because I would have a system. Like I'd take a storyboard off the wall. I'd do the refined line work here. And then I'd do the transfer onto watercolor paper here. And then I'd start the painting over there. That way, like when I needed a break from that, I could start on the next thing. And it kind of made the process a little bit more seamless, and I could pick and choose which part of the process I wanted to do without having to move my whole station. Feels like a waste to like just recycle these, but like I'm done with you now. I don't need you anymore. I don't want to play with you anymore. But yeah, and it's nice to have like just my drawing stuff out here all the time. Although I'm not going to keep all of it out here, but you know, just like my drawing utensils. I think I have some over there. Clean up this. These stations are so unnecessary, but like if I had a smaller space, I definitely wouldn't have these stations. But since I have such a big space and I'm like so lucky to have that, I utilize that and like clear up my brain space because I'm a messy girl. That's the problem with doing so many things. Like I do social, I do illustration, and within illustration I do mixed media. Sometimes I do digital, sometimes I do traditional. Within traditional, sometimes I do gouache, sometimes I do watercolor, sometimes I do ink, sometimes I'm just drawing. But like, I think it makes it, when you're messy like me, like annoying as. Let's let the light in, shall we? Let's take this down. It's okay if it's bright now. Oopsies. Whoa. Whoa. Something about me you must know is that I'm like emotionally attached to my laptop from 2014 and I will refuse to replace it. The screen is fully smashed and it's really slow. I basically use it as an iPad, but I refuse to buy another computer. And I didn't even want to buy this computer, but it was just getting too much. When I go home now to work, if I want to work at home, I'll bring my entire desktop computer home. Like I've kept the box so I can carry it like a laptop home. Like, this is not sustainable. I dread the day I have to buy another laptop. Like I just don't want to. I think I'm just gonna try and fix the screen because I could still use it even if it's a bit slow. Along with making sure I don't neglect my own needs, my personal life needs, I'm also not gonna neglect my plants anymore. I feel like I've done that. I don't know what's wrong with me. This fern is so loyal. Like look how brown, but still it sprouts with life. I've had this probably like 7 years. I don't know how it's lasted this long with me. My poor plants. If you see my plants dying, just know I'm also neglecting my own health. Sometimes people are like, can you water them on stare? And I'm like, okay. And then I'll go do it. So it actually really helps. So if you see my plants dying, please let me know. I think I'm going to call this chaotic sprucing because I'm not really following any sort of rhyme or reason, or I'm not following, there's no sense to the order in which I'm doing stuff. I'm just doing stuff which, like when I see it, so that it gets a little bit more done. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I've been neglecting my plants so much. I actually feel so guilty about it. And yet I could not bring myself to like fix the problem. But I'm doing it now. This is crazy. I couldn't find scissors. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to use scissors, but I'm using like a pocket knife. Yay. Okay. My one want for right now is for me not to cut myself with this knife. Oh my God. because I'm wearing a white dress. I'm like, really? The day that I wear a white dress, I'm going to cut myself with a knife? That's so silly. But there's no spiders in here. I decided today I'm going to do Peachtober. Well, I'm obviously doing Peachtober this year, but I decided today that I'm going to start the prompt list now. It's only mid-August. I want to release it at the start of September, so I want to make sure I have everything solidified and so that I can like draw out the prompt list and stuff and make all the different versions that I want to make. So usually what I would do is I'd make like a 2-color one. One is the text, one is the background, and I'd make different versions of the color. Last year I only made one. Not that I need to think this way, but the challenge had more of like a visual identity, and also it took less time for me. However, doing the actual piece took more time because I was overcompensating. I'm wondering which one I should do again. I really like the one I did this year, so I think I might do that. Oh, this poor baby. I hope it feels good. Like when I get a haircut, I'm literally cutting its body parts off. I'm like, when I get a haircut, it's not the same thing. When I get a haircut, I feel really good. So I'm hoping this guy feels really good. I called him Fernan. Oh my God. When I first got him, look, he's going to be so bald. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Fernan. I'm really sorry, Fernan. And I'm just like so ashamed about this, but all will be well. I'm really surprised how like he's so resilient. I'm really proud of him. This is why my mom likes succulents and stuff, but you can neglect them and it's okay. It's okay to neglect ferns apparently. I'm not gonna neglect you anymore though. It's not okay like for their hearts, but it's okay for their hair. This is crazy, but it's needed. He's gonna look bald for a bit, but that's okay. It's okay to be bald. It's totally okay to be bald. I just walked out there and rocket shooting like on site somewhere for a bit, so I might just do the vacuum while he's not there. Fernan is my one and only. If I had to choose one plant to live in the studio, it would be Fernan. Because the rest, no offense to the rest, but they're not loyal, even though I've been really awful to them. It's Lush. I'm sorry if that's pretty privileged, but to be fair, I've had Fernan for longer. Like, I'm allowed to like him the most. Sorry, other plants. All of this will be vacuumed. Look at all these dead leaves that just came off. What do I do about this base? So right now there's the sprouts, but there's all this stuff that I can't get to because it's just too far in the pot. Do I repot it and somehow like cut it off? And how much bigger of a pot can I get? I guess I can get a bigger pot. Actually, okay, I will get a bigger pot. Can I split off can I half the fern? I'm just gonna aggressively attack the things that I feel like cleaning and then set a time each week. This is not a cleaning sprucing thing. This is something for future. Skillshare is commissioning a class for me. If you don't already have Skillshare, just wait because I might have a free code for you in the future. I really want to make a reading list for like after the class, and FYI, I'm doing the class on like building color palettes because I feel like when people ask me about how to make color palettes, I'm like, it's so intuitive, like, and I love color and it's such a hallmark of my work, like, and not even like specific colors, but like I feel the combination and like ratio of the colors might be something. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but I just feel like it's such a big part of my like creative identity. So I want to create a reading list, like how to find color inspiration or how I find color inspiration, and also like include like a color wheel tool which has like an overlay that you can easily find different types of color palettes. Like I just want to make it as easy as possible. I haven't filmed the class yet, but that is just what I'm thinking. So I'm getting out the other reading material now so that I can make the reading list. I want to make a video soon about like the thoughts and process I've had about social media. When I say thoughts and process, I just mean like thoughts I haven't fully finished yet. Like it can change. In the meantime, I would love to get your thoughts before I make it. Like, how long have you guys been using social media? Like, were you around during like the Tumblr times? How have you perceived the change in social media? How do you feel? Like, what is your sentiment towards social media? Do you feel good after using social media, or do you feel bad after using social media? Or do you feel neutral? I must show you my scanner. I'm not sure if I've shown you before. When I was in Japan, I was talking to Hekala about scanners because I wanted to get a new scanner because mine was malfunctioning and I hated it, and I always hated it. And she suggested this. I love it. It's so good. It's so fast and it scans in like 2 seconds. It's like the fastest printer I've ever used. It is more expensive. I got mine from like secondhand Japan auctions. Yahoo Auctions is like a Japanese website. You can only have an account if you have a Japanese
phone number or something like that, or credit card. There's something where you have to basically like live in Japan to be able to use it. But luckily Chris has moved to Japan part-time. Anyway, like I don't have much to say on it besides it's really fast. It scans at a really high resolution. I love it. It's my baby. It does take up a lot of space, but if you're looking for a scanner and you're really serious and you want an A3 one because they're really hard to find at a good price, potentially check this out, although it is expensive if you're not buying it secondhand. The shipping was the same price as the scanner, but like honestly recommend Epson DS 50,000. I endorse. I love it. It's changed my life. I'd love to like work out cable management. I know I've said that before, and I do have some cables and some cable like Velcro-y strips. I just did that little section. Now I'm doing this little section. I think it's really easy to do like little sections and just like fully do the sections. I'm gonna try that from now on, like for today, and see how I go. This is something someone made me. I was in Singapore and I was going to like an art market. I was attending and someone like ran into me and they gave me this and they made it for me with a bunch of little other things, and like it's so cute. It's my little coaster because I always have a little ice drink next to my computer. A lot of the older versions of the scanner are super discolored, and I was always like, why do people make technology in that ugly black or gray? But like I totally get it, because this kind of gray color just gets discolored so quickly. Like I don't know if you've ever seen like an old Macintosh, like the really old one, where they're like that kind of yellowy color. This is the color that they were before they were sun damaged. So that's why I always have like blankets on different technologies. One, because it looks cute. Like I think technology is pretty ugly. This one's okay, but I don't like black screens. I've got some stuff to scan and some stuff to use later for when I'm doing my Skillshare class. Cute. One section is done. I try and keep the painting to this side of the desk because it's been painted on, and I don't want it to be on every side because sometimes you just want a nice clean desk. That's what I had on my old desk. That's why it was kind of hard to say goodbye to my old desk. I could see where all like the little marks were from different like eras of my work, and it was sad to be like, that's over now. This is my most peaceful task, and I love to do it. Any big public project that requires like feedback from someone else, I like to set aside the colors I'm going to be using and try and determine as many of those as I can. Not just these pencils, but like the acrylic wash I'm using and stuff. Do you guys have cleaning tips for me? I don't want to hear from people that are super motivated with cleaning, that enjoy cleaning, because I'm really not that person. I've said it so many times, and I'm not proud. Like I'm not like I'm so cool for being like that. I don't like it. On obviously not this, but like maintaining tidiness and stuff. You let me know. I mean, I the obvious thought is to just set aside time every week and stuff like that, but that doesn't always feel possible, and I can't say why, because it doesn't sound like it's that impossible. It just feels that way when everything just drops off at a certain point. That's something I will try to address one day, but I don't think it's going to go away overnight. So if you have any hot tips of stuff that's worked for you guys, that would be sick. Like I'd love to know. These are too green, some of these. Cute. Just feels like everything. I am a messy person, like as in I'm frantically moving around and I'm like, leave this here, next task. That's why it gets so messy so quickly. But like I swear I just cleared that cart that's up there. The question often comes up, so I'll just answer it now. These are vintage first aid kits. They were made in like my state. I swear one of them says Chippendale, yeah. For first aid supplies, industrial safety services, Chippendale. Chippendale's like an area. Now we'll do the table since we're here. Rocket just bought us a Dyson, and honestly I thought all stick vacuums might be the same because I thought it was the portability that was good. And this is not an ad. I will tell you if that is ever the case. Like I'm very upfront with what's an ad and what's a gift and la la la. Rocket bought this Dyson, and oh my god, it's changed our lives. And like the first time we did the carpets, because our other vacuum
which was a Samsung stick vacuum from like a long time ago. And usually Samsung products, like home products, are really good. I don't know if this is just this one or if it's all of them, but the Samsung stick vacuum, it was not like sucking stuff up on our shag. Like we have like 2 shag rugs. Shags are notoriously difficult to clean. It just stopped working, so we just didn't really do the rugs that frequently. Or well, now I found out, because when we used the Dyson, it was like full like 100 times and we had to empty it out like 1,000 times. It was actually so gross, and Rock and I are so gross. That's what I'm finding. Yeah, after that, I'm kind of on a cleaning kick. Like getting a device like that mop that we have, this Dyson actually has a mop in it as well. So now I might get rid of that other mop, but I'm going to keep it until I realize that it's like, I don't need it, but like that mop changed my life. It made me want to mop. This vacuum, I'm like vacuuming all the time. I love it. If you have any like products that have helped you like tidy, let me know. Like I'm not definitely going to buy them. I just want to see like if we have something similar, any tips that you have to implement. Like believe me, no one thinks I look more dumb than me when it comes to like sucking at cleaning. I just like suck at the maintenance of it. I love spraying and wiping and like disinfecting, but tidying, I'm so not motivated to tidy. Maybe it's just because it takes so long. Oh, here's the scissors. I'm gonna have to do a thorough cleaning of my brushes because they're clearly not the best, but they're okay for now. Every time I don't clean my brushes, I think of Thomas Jackson. That's all I'll say, because he used to scold me for leaving my brushes in my jar when our studios were in the same building. Do you know what I bought the other day? I don't know if you can see, but it's The Artist Way. I saw lots of videos on it. I love Tiffany's series on it. So I'm like, I bought it. I haven't started reading it yet, but I have everything I need. I've got little tabs to mark places that I think relate to me. I've got little star-shaped post-it notes, dark brown felt tip pen to write notes, and a highlighter that's not fluorescent yellow, but it's like regular yellow. So aesthetically I'm ready, but spiritually am I ready? I don't know. I don't want to get too obsessed with being like too much theory on the creative process and like stuff like that, and not actually do the creative process, but I think this would be good. People seem to get a lot out of it. Will I get a lot out of it? I don't know. I'll let you know. I love seeing the videos on it though. I'm here for the videos. These cables don't need to be here. It's kind of getting dark now, which is no fun. I don't really notate things, but I did start taking notes for this book that I'm reading, and it's honestly really helpful to like encourage yourself to reflect, kind of.
That's beyond our borders. Die, our bodies become the grass, and the antelope eat the grass.
Hi! Welcome back to the next day. I have spent the morning painting, which has been nice. It's been nice to have a clear desk for that. I think it does make a difference. I always tell myself that like I can work through chaos and like it's fine, but I do think it helps. It makes me feel like it's more easy to like jump into making something because I don't have to clear space or whatever. These are basic things that I should know. Thank you so much for watching this far. Just to recap, I want to know when you started using, what platform you started using social media, and like what's your sentiment towards it now and what you think has changed about it. Also cleaning tips, if there's anything that's helped you as like a non-tidy person, and like plant tips. I mainly have monsteras and ferns in here. I have a money plant as well. Anyway, I want to say a big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video as per usual. Squarespace, if you don't know, is an all-in-one platform for building your website. It's the best. I love it. Something I really like about Squarespace is the barrier to having a professional website is so low there. Like, it's so easy to use, and yet like the themes are so gorgeous. If I wanted to start a website tomorrow from the perspective of Fernan to tell the world how horrible it's been, I could do that. I could do that with one click and it would look legit. Maybe the fact that it's a talking plant would be the least legit part, but I just feel like if you've already got what you're selling, which maybe it's your services, maybe it's your products, maybe you're not selling it, but you want to market yourself as like a writer or a photographer, you already have what you need. You just need a digestible avenue for people to see. Squarespace has you covered. Like, it's literally one click and then it can transform your website. If you want to change your mind, you want a new theme, you just click another theme and then it completely changes your website. And yeah, it's just really, really easy. I love it. Thank you so much to anyone that's ever used my code. It really helps support this channel. It means that I can bring you videos twice a month. If you've never tried it before, go to squarespace.com/furrylittlepeach. You get a free trial and 10% off your first purchase. Thank you, Squarespace. And thank you guys for watching this far. And thank you for joining me for my cleaning journey. It's already getting a bit messy because I started painting earlier. I will clean up tonight. I will not leave my studio without cleaning up. I swear. Bye.